Morning. All right, today is our last ditch effort to try and get all the planting done. I have 74 acres to plant. I went out there Thursday, it was too wet. I went out there Friday, it was too wet. Went out there Saturday morning, it was too wet. I went out there yesterday afternoon and it's right there. It needed another day. So I gave it yesterday. Today, I'm loading up. I've got some bags of seed. I have seed in the seed tender. We're going to use that up first. And then if we have to, we're going to dig into these bags. But I have to get my truck loaded up with seed and get out there. The tractors are already full of fuel and just basically sitting there ready to go. So I need to get everything loaded, go out there, work up the ground, hit it the last time, and then we're ready to plant. So with any luck, I will be done today, hopefully. I think we're ready to go. We are ready for this final push. All right, let's get this day started. Oh, hang on. All right, now, I had to get my sunglasses on, you know, because my future's so bright and all. Let's get this day started. And because they still have a bridge out and they tore up another main road and repaving it, I have to go like 4 miles out of my way to avoid extremely heavy traffic. Garbage. I have this field here is 61 acres that needs to be worked up, and then down the little goat trail there's a 13-acre field that needs to be worked up. It's still just a touch tacky, but I'm at the point now I'm going to force dry this. We're going to work it up and let the sun beat on it today and plant it. I probably will be going around some wet spots. I'm planning on it, but we'll see. We might go around that spot. Maybe one right there. This field is still pretty wet. There's a spot over there that's still wet, and like this whole section here is still wet. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that 61-acre chunk, go around that and see how wet that is, and come back to this one this afternoon maybe. I don't know. Or we might just wait. I don't know yet. Doing the force dry is definitely working. You can see my pass over there, and this was done like 5 minutes ago. So it is drying it out fast. But the problem is, see the wetter areas? The wetter areas are the darker lying areas. I don't know if I can get into them to break them open to dry them out. So I don't know, we might be waiting on this again. The problem is they're talking more rain tonight. That's an issue. I think I'm gonna let this lay another couple hours. The higher ground over there is it's sand on top of the high ground, and that's dry enough to work. But it's this low-lying area over here that is still just a touch too wet. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a couple hours, let it bake in the sun. It would be helpful if the wind would pick up, but it is what it is. And then after a couple hours, I'm going to come back and I'm going to start up there where I left off and kind of work my way towards this stuff. And then by the time this field is done, maybe that back 13-acre field would be dry enough to go in there and work. At least that's my hopes. This is disappointing. I was really hoping to get this knocked out today, but I don't know. We'll see. See if it happens. Worst case scenario, I guess, have to let it lay for a few more days. I don't know. And I don't know why this isn't drying down. We've had some good sun. We've had a little bit of breeze. We've had warm days. It should be drying quick, and it's just not. It's amazing what just waiting a couple hours will do. Now I still have some wet spots. You can see them all through there. But I'm going to try and muscle through them and see if we can't get them to dry up and get the planters through them. All right, this field, this 60-acre chunk is done. Issue I'm having is they stepped up the rain. It's supposed to have thunderstorms by 5 p.m. So I don't know if I'm going to get that 13-acre chunk done. I've got this one worked up, this big field worked up, so I'm going to fill the planters and plant this field and see where we're at this evening to see if I can get that 13-acre chunk in before it rains. I apparently lost a gauge wheel somewhere along my first headland here. So now I'm going back. I'm planting my way back to see if I can find it. I must have lost it in the last field because I didn't see it at all in this field. Oh well, it is what it is at this point. I seriously miscalculated the acres in this field. I'm already at 64 acres. I was planning on it being 61, and we've got rain knocking on our door, literally knocking on our door. I just looked at radar and it's like right here. And I have about from here to here left to plant. It's only about 4 passes, but I know the seed is getting really low and the rain is getting really close. Turned out to be 67 acres. I was figuring it was going to be 61. I haven't looked in there to see how much seed is left yet, but I want to get this out of the middle of the field because it's starting to sprinkle right now. I'm going to park it over there on the edge. I got wind is stirring up dust over there. See? Drying the field out helped, didn't it? Alright, now it's starting to sprinkle pretty hard. But that's out of the way in case it dumps a lot of rain on us. Then that can just sit there for the time being. Alright. It's starting to rain enough now that I don't even think I'm going to open up the planters to see how much seed's left. I'm just going to wait. See that line? That's how much seed is left. I just heard thunder. Alright, I need to get, yeah, see? Alright, let's get this seed tender back to the farm, get it in the barn. I gotta close these gates also. The wind is starting to really rip. There's leaves and stuff down in the road. I don't know if I can drive home in this. I will say, I'm glad I threw the the 6 bags in the back seat of the truck. That will prevent any wet spoilage. Got the big field planted. Didn't get the little field planted. It's alright. I was really hoping this would be the last planting video, but apparently it's not. I have 13 more acres. Guess we'll get that in when we can get it in. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.